Hello again. Today we'll go over my second Minecraft clone, which is the 300,000 zombies Minecraft clone. First, we will watch the video that goes over my documenting from the start of me working on it to up until the end, and then we'll actually play it and see what we can do with it. In my first Minecraft clone, I was getting absolutely no FPS, and I compared to Minecraft, I was getting like 1000 FPS, and I said, okay, I need to make a drastic change. So I started over with C++, and how can I get the most FPS? Here I actually noticed in Minecraft that the dirt texture and the grass texture has random rotations so that they don't look at the same. And I, of course, implemented it in my clone. And this is the first time where I figure out how to remove this fuzzy look and those weird colors. It's like limiting the map level to 4. The problem I had in the first Minecraft clone, here I finally solved it. And here you can notice like the frame rate is like more than 100, like double the first Minecraft clone. And the difference in the FPS, how I managed to do that, is that the biggest change that I made was when I heard, when I read in a book or watched from a tutorial, somebody said that doing new and delete in C++, when you create an object like with new and delete, this is a slow process. And I got an idea, why don't I do once all the new, like getting the memory, like I do it once, and to not delete it, to not constantly have new and delete for when I generate the terrain. I was reusing um, like memory that I have accumulated. And this is the main way I managed to increase my FPS. And here I had this missing terrain because of that. The 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 good thing you get from not constantly doing new and delete, the pro of that is you get increase of FPS. The negative of not deleting memory and reusing it is that it's difficult to do. Like here, for example, these chunks didn't manage to find memory to use. Like you have to organize all of that, and it gets especially hard when it's asynchronous. You have different threads, and you have to organize all of that. It was really difficult to do, and we lost quality. I can probably log in to my other account where it's premium. Yeah, this was very difficult change. And why is it not loading? I managed to solve the missing chunks by having a system that checks all of these stuffs. Like I added to the data ownership, and I had to check like when you request data, does the data have owner? Is it free? If so, change the owner. I had to make some sort of a system. Here I was really proud of this moment of this debug drawing that I created. Here the each square is a separate chunk, and when it's color red, it means it's missing. There's some kind of an issue, and when I hover it, you get additional information on what's happening. This helped me to solve this problem of the missing chunks. Yeah, here you can see the chunk position and the current chunk owner, if it's if should render, and for which chunk are the blocks generated, for which chunk are the vertices, and for which chunk are currently generating vertices. Like, it was really complex. And here, this part where the terrain doesn't work and replicates like that is because slight issue with the minus sign. Like here, I think probably the coordinates reach 0 here, and from here are like negative coordinates. And I had some issues with the code by not addressing when the coordinates become negative. Now this visualization, this debugging has different colors that show if like, I think it was like red if it's generating vertices, yellow if it has generated vertices, and green if it's actually like rendering, something like that. And these missing frames were really annoying. And my solution was to create this debugging window with the colors for each chunk extra information. I recorded it and put it in Resolve, my video editor to go frame by frame to this is how I managed to figure out what the issue is. Here it was really interesting to me how I'm managing to change the game from this little debug window from IMGUI. It was really cool being able to change the fog in real time. Yeah, this was the most annoying part because I spent so many hours trying to solve this super weird bug, and turns out the fog was hiding what the actual problem is. Like, I did a lot of optimizations in this Minecraft clone, but there was still more optimizations that I could have done with like first-time culling. For example, there are chunks that are outside of the camera that I don't need to render. Adding gravity tanked the FPS because I wasn't efficiently checking collision because I was going through a lot of blocks and checking collision with each one of them. But now in my newest Minecraft clone, I just check with the block with like around 10 blocks around me. At most, I'm checking each frame for collision, but here I was checking with a lot more blocks. This is the hardest part of block hover. It was really difficult making it render above the block. And I looked at how Minecraft does it in the through render doc, and through render doc I saw that in the shader they change the vertices of this block hover, so it's a little bit further from the block, which actually makes it visible. Here my solution was to just draw it above everything, which is not the proper solution. And here the issue was, this was my first time trying to remove blocks, and I saw that when you remove a block, I had to redraw the chunk that the block is in. But turns out I had to update the neighboring chunks as well, because here I removed the block, I updated the chunk, but the neighboring chunk, I didn't update it, which had this block that had this missing piece which had to be redrawn. Here the grass texture rotated on removal because when you remove a block, it redraws the chunk, which had to rotate every grass texture. And since it's completely random, the next redraw will have different rotation. And my solution was to make it deterministic, which means on every redraw, it will have the same rotation. This was exciting part because this is using the Blockbench model. So in theory, this means I can load any other Minecraft mob easily, since now I have the zombie. And I managed to load different models like the creeper model using the same code. I was really excited at this moment being able to render so many zombies, but uh, I could have had even more FPS if I used um, like a draw command that you knows that it's using the same model, like instancing. It was called something like that. So I could have gotten even more like zombies since they are static and they're not moving. Which I learned that when I rendered the 10 million TNT, that not only they're not even static, they're moving around. This should be around 300,000 zombies currently. Yeah, so this was the video documenting the process. Now we can actually play it. This should be it. Let's start it. And it needs to generate the terrain. Yeah, here we have the terrain. And we have this debug information for all the chunks. Yeah, for each chunk we have the colors. Here it's red because like we're not rendering it. Here I can change the fog values. And it's a lot better FPS. Here we still have some missing chunks. Turns out it's not completely perfect. But we have fog. Like the improvement from the previous Minecraft clone is that we have fog and we have a lot more FPS. That's a big improvement. We still have water, but we don't have the trees. We don't have trees, but the other improvement is having the zombies. When I press F6, all the zombies spawn everywhere, even there where the chunks are not rendering. I think I had a button to redraw everything. Let's look at the key bindings to see what key was to redraw everything. There should be like keyboard callback, key callback, and escape tab. Okay, I should go to the game. On key press, on key release, redraw world. Okay, I'll make it F5 this and F4. Key F4. F4 will toggle creative mode. So those missing chunks, we can fix them by redrawing, by pressing F5. If we see missing chunks, we can fix them. Okay. So there we can see some chunks missing. Okay, they managed to resolve themselves. Okay, we can spawn the zombies by pressing F6 and by... Okay, here we have missing chunk. So if I press F4... Oh no, if I press F5... Yeah, that fixed it. And if I press F4, now I'm in survival mode, which is just me just moving around. I cannot jump. But the difference from the first Minecraft clone is that I can break blocks. This is the difference. And the zombies don't have collision, they don't have gravity, they're static. This is my second Minecraft clone. Okay, how many zombies? How low can we go by removing blocks? Like, can we find like bedrock? I'm certain there are no caves like that. Okay, we fell through the world. Look from below how everything looks. I am not drawing faces that are hidden. This saves up on FPS. But I had that with the first Minecraft clone as well. And we can just fly around to see if we still have that memory leak from like the first game. Okay, we can see we have 3 gigabytes of memory. Let's fly around to see if we have a memory leak, just like the first Minecraft clone. The fog improves a lot when traveling and generating the terrain. Do we have memory leak? No, we still have the same RAM usage. We can try to increase the move speed. Here I can set the speed to like 10 and the speed increase to make it like 50. And now we should move a lot faster. Let's look at the RAM. Okay, the RAM is 700 megabytes. Before it was like 3 gigabytes because of all the zombies. Okay, we're quite a lot faster than the terrain. Where's the terrain? Okay, managed to load. Sometimes it's fast, then it slows down. Like now, it's not generating. And now it generates really fast. At some points, it generates really fast and then slows down. The biggest difference from the previous Minecraft clone is that it's is the like from the code itself, like things you cannot see. There are not many differences in terms of visuals, but it's a big upgrade from the first Minecraft clone. Do we have a memory leak? It's still kind of the same RAM usage. Um, I don't know what else we can do here. We can change the render distance. If I can find it. Maybe in the world. Yeah, render distance 32. We can make it 64. And we have to remove the fog. Let's move around a bit. Look at how now it started generating. Look at now it's trying to generate everything. Okay, we have rendering. The green ones are rendering. Which should be somewhere behind me. We should have... Okay, the terrain is generating. And let's remove the fog. This is 64 render distance, but it's still loading. It needs some time to actually load. Okay, I think it has loaded. Yeah, this should be 64 render distance. And I have low FPS because I don't have first-time culling. So for example, as we look at forward, all the chunks around me that are outside of the camera should be hidden. But I'm at all times rendering the whole world, and that's why it lags at 64 render distance. And now we can spawn all the zombies by pressing F6, which will give us a lag spike, and we have to just wait it until we get the 300,000 zombies at some point. Yeah, all of those little dots are zombies, but it lags extremely. Let's add gravity. And now we're walking with the zombies, but obviously it lags a lot. Let's remove gravity. Yeah, And look at behind us how zombies are still rendering because I didn't write code that removes the zombies once we move ourselves. Here the terrain is to generate. But all of this would be impossible in my first Minecraft clone. So we did get improvement in terms of FPS. And there we have some missing chunks. We can redraw them by pressing F3, I think. No, by pressing F5. Yeah, that fixed it. And that's it. That's my second Minecraft clone.